All right, so I was roaming around YouTube like I usually do, and I was looking at some channels, incel channels, because I look at incel stuff all the time, being that I was an incel until I was 24. And BBC has made a documentary about incels. And one of the guys in the documentary was a guy that I watched a few of his videos. This guy, Just James. But the world now, this is pretty bad, has 500,000 views almost. It seems like the world is beginning to learn about incels. They're beginning to learn. I think also the amount of virgins is growing substantially. On top of that, I think that's also a thing. Not just because of the internet connecting all the virgins. I think because there are more virgins now. But I'm going to show you the beginning. I'll show you the minute and a half of the intro. They make it. I mean, there's some. I was on that website. I was on this website for like months and months. I got banned. I was trying to help because I was an incel, so I felt like I related, and I tried to go in and just see what they were talking about and like help them and be like, you gotta better yourself and get in shape and all that. But they don't care. I got banned for like trying to help them. They don't really care. They don't really want help. But I'll talk about that later. That's Eggman. And they make it sound so evil. I mean, it's pretty bad. Most incels. I mean, I don't know how the statistics of of incels who like Elliot Rodger compared to just virgins. There is a difference between virgin and incel.
Women are just evil. You know what I'm saying? Women are evil. Women are cruel. Women are mean. You know what I'm saying?
That's Kent. I used to watch him. This. Oh shit! I clicked another thing. That guy. That's incel cat. That's catfish cell. He catfishes girls. He's psychotic. He's actually a bad incel. That guy is not a good representation. Uh, to help out incels. But he catfishes girls. But he catfishes like sixes. That's the problem I have. Like he catfishes overweight girls. Like you're supposed to be going after Stacy's. That's what they want. They don't like Stacy's. Incels. So that's the intro. It sounds pretty evil, and it kind of is. A lot of the incel community is probably the darkest corners. There's a lot of talk about stuff that uh, people killing, like they call going ER. Elliot Rodger. They praise Elliot Rodger. A lot of them. They show Elliot Rodger here. Yeah, they praise Elliot Rodger. So about this documentary, it is a good documentary. Uh, it's kind of long, 50-minute documentary. It is good. There is some bullshit in the documentary. The reason I wasn't even going to make a video on this documentary, but then I saw a part. There's a part where they put Sam Hyde in the video. I'll show you the deception. This is Sam Hyde. Watch. That's Sam Hyde. I don't know if they're calling him Alec Manassian or if they're just saying the song that's being sung is about Alec Manassian. But that Sam Hyde has nothing to do with incels. I don't know why they put him in here. They didn't do enough research for their documentary. But the guys they use, it's really not. They picked pretty good incels. Two of the incels they use are really nice guys, super nice guys. I'll show you first Catfish Man. So I'll show you Catfish Man. This is the psycho. This is the psychotic guy who catfishes people. He's a little. He's weird.
Well, it depends. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the girls that he killed probably did deserve it because they seem, probably shallow and stuff like that.
He's talking about Elliot Rodger killing like he killed like several girls who had nothing to do with anything. I don't even know if they were pretty. He hated pretty girls. He just wanted to kill girls. He originally wanted to go into a sorority house. The sorority house was locked, and so he just shot like a store, a bunch of girls in a store.
I mean, I'd rather catfish females instead of like shooting them.
So that's catfish. So he catfishes like fat chicks, which I don't understand. Like, why would you catfish fat chicks? Uh, you're supposed to be because I understand you have a hate towards Stacy's and hot girls, which I had the same thing before accepting nature. You should be catfishing Stacy's. I don't know why you. And then this guy, this is the second incel. I just call him Dog Guy. I think his name is James as well.
Celibate, but the agreed upon definition is someone who is currently undergoing a period of celibacy that is at least 6 months long. That does not mean that you're a misogynist. It doesn't mean that you have anxiety. It doesn't mean that you're mentally unwell or that there is something wrong with you.
So that's a super nice incel. That guy's a super nice incel. That guy's a mental cell. He's fine looking. I don't know why he can't get girls. He also is a really good singer. He could sing really well. I don't know where in the video there's a part where he's singing, but he's fine. He's probably just lacks social skills. A lot of incels, because I look at incel selfies, the website incel selfies, and it's a lot of just normal looking or good looking guys and kids who say they can't get girls. It's really just a lot. It's a lot of mental cells. There's not a lot of true cells. A true cell is like a true incel. That is a guy like Eggman, someone who has some type of facial deformity or his head is shaped strangely. He's brutally ugly, or he's like 5 feet tall, like the bagel guy, who they call Bagel Cell, Saint Bagel Cell. Those are real incels, true cells. A lot of mental cells, I don't. They're just crazy, or they have depression, or they just lack social skills, which is most incels I've found from looking at incel websites for 2 years now. I've been watching incels for 2 years. Then I'll show you the third guy. This is the guy. This is my favorite guy. This guy has a channel on YouTube where I used to watch. This guy Just James. He's a mental cell. He's fine. He just has acne, bad acne. He's really bad acne.
See my shoulders. Have hairs growing where have hairs grown before as well. A lot of incels would have these issues, like mental health issues, self-doubt, social anxiety.
Yeah, he's from Ireland. So this guy,
I actually thought to myself, like,
this guy, after this documentary came out, this guy has like a ton of regrets now. I was watching his recent videos, which is why I found out about this BBC documentary. I check in on him every now and then. And he now he regrets going on YouTube, making a channel. He regrets being part of the incel community. He doesn't like being associated with incels because they're associated with Elliot Rodger and praising Elliot Rodger. And so now he's in like paranoia mode now because everyone knows him. This is a BBC documentary. He lives in Ireland, so everyone like knows him now, which sucks. He's actually a super nice guy. He's not really like a typical stereotypical incel at all. So I could show you the rest. You could watch it yourself if you want. It is an interesting documentary. Um, there's some they're accurate about a lot of stuff. I mean, there's some deception, like putting Sam Hyde in there is a little strange. There's some deception, but they're pretty accurate. Incels a lot of them do worship Elliot Rodger. They call it going ER. Going ER on Stacy's. Stacy's like a super hot chick. So it's scarily accurate. There is some deception though. They're like putting Sam Hyde in there in the beginning. The beginning makes it sound like as evil as possible. But they do praise Elliot Rodger, which is scary. But in other incel news, Bagel Guy has been nominated. He's been awarded sainthood in the incel community. He's now Saint Bagel Cell, which they need a leader. They definitely need a leader who's mature, who's like 40, 50 years old, like Saint Bagel Cell, and also who isn't a mental cell. You can't have a normal looking guy lead the incels. But incels don't want to. They don't want. A lot of them don't want to be helped. A lot of them like living in the abyss. There's a channel called Incel TV, and like a lot of his comments are like, "I'm gonna bring down incels to the bottom, yeah," and all of them cheer. It's like a lot of them love living in the abyss. A lot of them don't want help. They can't be helped. They don't want help. They enjoy living in darkness. Some of them can't get out, like true cells can't get out of the darkness. I understand that. Even surgery, they'd have to get surgery. But most of those kids, just like James is in there, they don't need to be in the incel community. I don't think it's helping them. They don't need to be around 100% pessimism like all the time, 24/7. They can definitely better their lives. Like the dog guy, and that singer guy. He's like one of the nicest kids I've ever seen. And then just James is fine. I mean, Catfish Cell, that guy is a sociopath. If you watch that documentary, he is a sociopath. I don't know what happened in his childhood. His childhood was probably terrible. And also in other incel news, they are calling MGTOW cope. Incels call MGTOW cope. A lot of virgins are going to MGTOW. Like the new MGTOW is becoming virgins, but incel people virgins who call themselves incel, they stick around the incel community. They are calling MGTOW cope. They're saying it's cope. So there's like there's mini friction going on between incels and MGTOW. But yeah, it's a cool documentary if you want to watch it and learn about incels. I would say it's more accurate than inaccurate. Besides the Sam Hyde part.